In this video, I would like to talk with you about Fiverr seller levels. Now, when you start off as a Fiverr seller, you're gonna be a seller. You're not gonna be a level 1, level 2, or top seller. So basically, these are the 4 levels that exist. There's first of all the seller level, there's the level 1 seller, there is the level 2 seller, and of course, there's also the top rated seller. So how do we get from the normal seller level to the top rated seller level right here at the bottom? And of course, in general, what are the things that we get when we move on to that seller level? Now, everyone starts out at the same point. We all start out as a seller. This is where I also started out when I started out with Fiverr. So first of all, when you are a seller, you can create 7 active gigs. So 7 active gigs could be pretty much anything. You can offer, let's say, ghostwriting, you can offer translation, you can, set up websites. You are not forced to be in one category. You can choose whatever category you want for gigs. So you can offer, let's say, ghostwriting, but also at the same time, you can offer web development, and also at the same time, you can offer logo design and a lot more. So 7 active gigs. Should you set up all 7 active gigs? Yes. Please have 7 active gigs all the time, because the more gigs you have, the more money you can earn. Then the second one is, of course, 2 gig extras. So we can add extras to the gig, which basically means that we can charge people for instance, other services. Then 5 gig multiples. So for instance, we can offer, let's say that people can, get 5 gig multiples of what we are selling. So 5 times, let's say, the basic plan, 5 times, for instance, the premium plan, 5 times, what we are offering as a VIP option. And then down below, we can also send so-called custom offers. Now, a custom offer basically is an offer that is only created for one single person, or, generally that is not necessarily the offer that you're offering publicly. So a custom offer can actually be accepted by more than one person, but it is not on your sales page. So it's not on your Fiverr gig page, it's not on your sales page. It is basically a link that you can send to other people that has, a very specific service that people can book from you. For instance, that could be, let's say, a ghostwritten book for $500, even though you're normally not offering something for $500, but rather for $700 or $800 or something like that. So basically it's a custom offer, and you can create this custom offer up to $5,000 if you are a seller. And then the earnings clearance, so when basically you receive your money every 14 days. Then level 1 seller. Now, the level 1 seller has a couple more nice benefits to it, and I'm going to talk with you about that just in a second. But what do we need to do in order to get to the level 1 seller level? Because right now we are a seller, and that should be our first goal to get right here. Well, the first thing that you got to do is you got to complete at least 60 days as an active Fiverr seller. So you got to be on Fiverr for 60 days, and you have to be active, which basically means that you're not allowed to delete your account in between and then set up a new one and say, well, I've been active for 60 days. No, that does not work. Then down below, you got to complete at least 10 individual orders. So basically that is the all time, which means you don't necessarily have to, let's say, complete 10 orders in 60 days or 10 orders in 30 days or something like that. But in general, you need to have done at least 10 orders. You need to complete these orders. And then down below, you must have earned at least $400. And you also must maintain a 4.7 star rating or over that for the last 60 days. Now, in general, these $400 are again an all-time figure. So basically, if, for instance, you've earned in the last month 200 and the one before 200 as well, then you're basically at those $400, and you could actually meet the requirements to become a level 1 seller. Now, you also need to have a 90% response rate. So you need to at least respond to 90% of all the messages that you receive. Then 90% order completion over the course of 60 days. So you need to complete at least 90% of all orders. Then 90% on-time delivery over the course of the last 60 days. So you got to be on time 90% of the time at least. And then, of course, you should not receive any kind of warnings over the last 30 days. Now, when you become a level 1 seller, what are the advantages of that? Well, First of all, you can now set up 10 active gigs, and you're not stuck with 7 gigs anymore. Now, I know a lot of sellers that are already on level 1 or level 2 or level basically the top rated level, and they don't create 10 active gigs. Now, why don't they do that? Well, in general, I think most people don't do this because they only want to offer one certain service. They say, well, I want to offer this. I don't want to offer, 8 or 9 other things. In general, that is not a bad mindset, but what I would recommend you to do is to just offer the same thing multiple times, but with different titles. For instance, you could offer translation from German to English. You can also offer, and that is another gig, English to German. You could, for instance, add another gig where you could say, well, I'm doing proofreading, which is a service that you're in general offering. Or, for instance, you could offer a style guide gig where you improve people's style, and so on and so on. All right, so then down below, we got 4 gig extras, and basically $5, $10, $20, and $40. Then 10 gig multiples. We can send custom offers, again, up to $5,000. Nothing has changed here. Earnings clearance hasn't changed as well. That's going to be 14 days. And you're also eligible to be featured at promotional listings so that Fiverr can actually promote you. All right, so then down below, we got the level 2 seller. This is now basically a level where you could generally say that you're going to make quite a lot of money when you have that level. Like if you are at level 2, that is a great sales argument. That's a great sales point. People are going to see that. They're going to see that you're a level 2 seller, and they're going to trust you a bit more than if you're just a seller. All right, so down below, we got to complete at least 120 days as an active seller on Fiverr. We need to complete at least 50 individual orders, that is all time. Then we need to earn at least $2,000. We need to maintain at least a rating of 4.7 stars over the course of the last 60 days. Our response rate must be high as well, again, 90% plus. The same thing applies to the order completion rate, which is 90% or plus. And then, of course, we got the one down below, 90% on-time delivery over the course of 60 days. And of course, in general, you should always avoid receiving any kind of warnings. But here it becomes really interesting because now we basically double. Because as you can see right here, we can offer 10 active gigs in the seller level, in the seller one level on Fiverr. But now we can offer on the level 2 seller a level 20 active gigs, which is absolutely amazing. So 20 active gigs basically means that you could literally offer anything that comes to your mind. Like I know very, very, very few sellers that actually offer 20 active gigs because you need to promote them. You need to make sure that you deliver everything on time. You need to make sure that the reviews are great. But 20 active gigs, like that is a whole business on Fiverr. Then down below, we can add 5 gig extras. We can also add, or we have basically 15 gig multiples. We can send custom offers up to $10,000, which is a change. Normally, we only can offer custom offers up to $5,000, but here we can offer them to $10,000. You get priority customer support, so really, really fast customer support. You're eligible to be featured on promotional listings, so Fiverr can promote you, and you're also part, or you basically are eligible to be part of the customer success program, which just basically means that you are in contact with Fiverr and they help you to become even more successful on this platform. And then of course earnings clearance is again every 14 days. And now this is basically the cream that rises to the top. That is the top rated seller level. Now here it really becomes interesting. There are a couple of things that you need to do, and it's difficult to get here, but you need to complete at least 180 days as an active seller on Fiverr. You need to complete at least 100 individual orders. You need to earn at least $20,000. You need to maintain a 4.7 star rating over the course of the last 60 days. You need a 90% response rate over the course of 60 days, 90% order completion over the course of 60 days, 90% on-time delivery over the course of 60 days. And of course, you need to avoid receiving any warnings over the course of 30 days. But what are the benefits? And this is where I really need to zoom in, because right here, we now have 30 active gigs that we can offer. Then 6 gigs extras, 20 gig multiples, custom offers up to $10,000, VIP customer support, eligibility to be featured at promotional listings, eligibility for customer success program, and earnings clearance. This is really, when you're at this point right here, when you are a top rated seller, you first of all already made a lot of money here on this platform. But also at the same time, you get a lot of amazing benefits. So it should be our goal to actually get here. Now, these are the Fiverr seller levels. Again, we start out as a seller. I hope that a lot of you will actually become a level 1, level 2 seller, or even a top rated seller. And I wish you all the best to actually get there. All right, that was it now here for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope we can see each other in the next one.